Well, this is John Black, Super Chemist. We're still on the playlist called Matriarchy versus Patriarchy, and also on another playlist called Pastafarian Roles. We were last talking about patriarchy is a meritocracy, matriarchy is not, okay? Matriarchy is why we started getting participation trophies for everyone. Let's say you're in a baseball team. Everyone gets you participated. You know what that tells you? That tells you that everyone's the same. And that sounds like a kumbaya kind of thing, but I've never gotten into this. If you would have given me a participation trophy when I was a child, I would have thrown that trophy on the ground and start swearing at all the adults, saying, "Don't patronize me, motherfucker. I might be a kid, but I know that if I wasn't 1, 2, or 3, and I'm like number 50, I don't deserve a trophy, okay? And I shouldn't be mad or upset that there are better people than me in baseball, okay? I should be thankful and have all 4 of those 3 top, or whoever, how many they've got trophies. They deserve to get the trophies, okay? That's just, when you have, and it's all about feelings. You don't want to hurt the kid's feelings. Hey, if you're such a fucking punk little kid that you can't handle, that you ain't the best of everybody, you're an idiot. Your parents are idiots, and you need to learn, because no one is the best at everything. And most people aren't the best at anything. So to teach a kid that you're the best no matter what, because you're going to get a participation trophy, all that does is teach why be the best? Why try to get that first, second, and third trophy if everybody gets a trophy? You just diminished the meritocracy of the top 3 people, you know what I mean, of the event that we're talking, the sporting event or whatever, by giving everybody a trophy. And it's all in the name of not hurting people's feelings. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, like I said, if you gave me a participation trophy, you would be sorry that you did that, okay? Because when I was a kid, I wasn't an idiot, and I know that's the most patronizing, condescending thing you could do, is give someone in last place or someone down at the bottom a trophy, okay? Like you're telling me I'm so fragile and I'm such a little bitch that I can't handle not being number 1? Like what kind of person? First of all, number 1, there's only one person that's number 1. That means the rest of the entire group is not number 1. Like, it's not like, 99 out of 100 kids are number 1, and the one kid out of that 100 isn't. Okay, then I could say, okay, give that one kid a trophy, all right? Because now you're just excluding. But when number 1 is one person, okay, why would you take that away? That means if there's 100 people, that means 99 of them are not number 1. If there's 1,000 people, 999 aren't number 1. Why can't these kids? Why do these women think that these kids can't handle not being number 1 when everyone except for one guy is number 1? You know what I mean? I can see if you're alone, but the entire group is with you not being number 1. It shouldn't affect some kid to not be number 1 when everyone else is not number 1 also. It doesn't make any sense. All it does is it tells people that you don't have to do shit because you're going to get a trophy no matter what. You know what I mean? Just like these public schools. Well, what we'll do is we just won't fail any kids ever. Since the 1980s, the late 1980s, no one has been failed in any school. I'm sure that some kids, there's always exceptions to the rule. But when you pass 95% of the entire country, in each grade, and you just pass them, they can't read, and then you just pass them to the next grade and the next grade and the next. If they couldn't handle kindergarten, how are they going to handle first grade? Or if they're in 5th grade, and you put them up to 6th. If they didn't handle 5th grade, how are they going to handle 6th if you put them? You have screwed that kid over. You have fucked that kid, okay? And that's what a matriarchy is. fucking people over, okay? Instead of being honest, okay? Just like with the participation trophies. Instead of being honest with a kid saying, hey, you ain't number one, but nobody else is either except for that one guy, so it's no big deal, okay? Yeah, you should strive to get that trophy, right? Because he's the only one getting one. They're not giving out participation ones. So you got to try if you want to be number one or be close to it, you know? But, yeah, I lost track again of what my example was. Hopefully I finished it. My example, though. But yeah, they don't. The matriarchy does not like meritocracy. They want everyone, and that's why this DEI comes in. You know, because in a matriarchy, like I said, everyone's the same. So why try? You know, but they also DEI. That's just discrimination. You're basically saying instead of giving people promotions because they do a good job, which makes sense in a patriarchy. In a matriarchy, they say, no. It don't matter how good a job they do, how crappy a job they do. What matters is their skin color, their sexuality color, their gender color. You know, all these colors don't mean anything. Because your race or your skin color, it doesn't determine your morality, it doesn't determine intelligence, it doesn't determine anything. It just determines, the only thing it does is it tells the opposite sex if they're attracted to that color, then they're going to be attracted. That's the only thing. Other than attraction, your skin color accounts for nothing in your life. Okay, but they want to in a matriarchy. They want to move you up and promote you like Kamala Harris. She's the vice president. Why? Because she's black or half black or whatever the hell she is. That's the only reason. Because she's an idiot. She's a total moron. Okay. So anyways, what else is left here? We got feminism. Okay. Now, if you would ask me a year ago or 50 years before that or any time in between, right? Are you a feminist? And I've had people ask me, are you a feminist? I always give the exact same answer. I say if feminism is about equality of opportunity, for everyone, women, then I'm all for it. I'm all for equal rights, equal opportunities, equality. I'm for that, okay? But if it doesn't mean that, then I'm not a feminist. If it did, and I never looked into it until about a year ago. I looked into what feminism is, and it has nothing to do with equality. Nothing. All you have to do is read any of their books. I mean, you can read one book, you can read 2 books, or you can read 100 books on feminism, and it doesn't matter. You will see a distinct trend that it is not about equality. It is about female supremacy, okay? It's basically about Satanism. That's why I keep saying the goddess. I'm a goddess. I'm a goddess. Because the first feminist in the United States, or not in the United States because it was in like 1700s, but in America, they were self-proclaimed witches, okay? They were the outcast, okay? Most of these women that didn't have kids, they didn't, they're 30 years old, they're cat ladies, you know what I mean? The reason why they were cat ladies or single, because they couldn't stand men, right? And they keep losing my train of thought, man. Anyways, it's all about female supremacy, Satanism. Yeah, so they were self-proclaimed witches. They worshipped a god that was a woman, okay? And in the 1700s in America, the first book written on feminism, right? The cover has a woman standing up, right? And she's standing up and she has her leg up on something, right? In her two hands, she has two weapons. I can't remember what they are. Let's just say they're arrows and, I don't know, maybe a bow or something. I can't remember. But she has two weapons in her hands, okay? And why is there one leg up? What is there one leg on? It's a man on the ground, okay? He's laying flat on the ground, and she has her foot on his head. Well, she sits there like this, or like this. I can't remember. I think she has her hands out. Anyways, and she has weapons with her foot stepping on the man's head, some man's head. And the woman is a goddess. She's a specific goddess. I can't remember which goddess name she had. And that's who the feminists at that time, right, in the 1700s, that was the goddess they worshipped. Okay, and that's why they hate Christianity, okay, and that's why the movement today hates Christianity, and they love goddesses. Goddess this, goddess that. And just to give you some examples about like the lies about feminism, you know, it's been proven since the 1960s, since the Civil Rights Act, or whatever they call it, the Equal Rights Act, ERA, or whatever all the civil rights laws they passed in the 60s, right? Ever since then, everyone is equal, okay? Women are just as equal, can get a job and get paid as whatever as a man, okay? They actually get paid more, right? But what they did was, the feminists, right, they went around, right, and they got all the jobs in the United States, and all the, they split them up into men and women, right? And then they added up all their incomes, right? And there was a 12 or 15, whatever percent, you know, they always say men make like 10% more than me, or whatever percentage they lie about. I don't know, because it's a lie, so I'm not going to memorize it. But anyways, well, what do you think? Men usually become engineers, physicists, chemists, CEOs of businesses, stockbrokers, doctors, lawyers. You know what I mean? They get out of college and they get high-paying jobs, most of them, okay, in general. Women, on the other hand, they go to college, they get degrees in basket weaving, liberal arts, CRT, critical race theory or whatever. It's basically they get made up. Liberal arts is basically a made up fucking thing, man. You might as well just say, I went to college for nothing. I went to college to take electives. Or they'll get a thing in poetry. Oh, I got a major in poetry. Really? How many jobs are you going to get with that, huh? And they're always trying to get jobs in HR, teacher. They want to be in a job where they can socialize, be around children, or socialize with adults. Okay? These are low-paying jobs. So obviously women make less than men, okay? Because they choose to make less than men. They choose to be a teacher instead of an engineer, you know? Well, if you want to be a teacher, then go ahead and make your little piddly pay. But this physicist over here, he's going to make more than you, okay? If you want to make more as a man, take the same jobs as a man. But you don't take the same jobs, do you? So that's a lie. Because I went through different, occupations, right? Just to see so I picked doctors, okay? Doctor occupation. All the men, and if you split it up like they did with the pay for the men and the women, but this just for doctors, right? And you split them up into men and women, right? And then you add up all their pays, all right? Men make more money than women per year, okay? And so you might say, well, I thought you said they were lying. Sounds like they're telling the truth, okay? Yeah, it sounds like it, because they're the ones, I didn't look that up, they're the ones the feminists were saying that. All right, I ran out of time already. Oh, wow, I did. Okay, you all have a good day.